Happy Thanksgiving to all. Thank you so much for joining us here on KCTV5 Plus. Janae Hancock here with Bill Hurrelbrink. Bill, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. It's Thanksgiving in Kansas City. This is just an incredible day to be in Kansas City because of so much happening. It's so loud in the newsroom today. Obviously, everybody else here is just excited for it to be Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah.
So we got lots of food, lots of fun ahead of us. Plus,
I'm preparing my stomach. I'm getting ready.
Plus, you just can't. It can't be Kansas City, Thanksgiving in Kansas City without talking about the Plaza Lights tonight. So there's just so much lined up for today. I think it's going to be a great day.
And we're going to hear more from Gabby Luma here in a moment as far as the Plaza Light ceremony, what you need to know. And we're also going to be taking you to New York because we know that the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade is going on. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is going on right
now, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
But first, we do want to bring you your local news headlines. And of course, we have to start off with this. It is game day here on KCTV5 with the Chiefs and the Cowboys kicking off this afternoon. It is set to be a high-stakes Thanksgiving showdown at AT&T Stadium. KCTV5 Sports Director Malia Campbell is in Dallas with a look ahead at the game.
And happy game day from Dallas, Texas. There's a reason why today's game is expected to set the record as the most watched regular season game in NFL history. Two storied franchises, two teams fighting to stay in the playoff picture, and of course the backdrop of Thanksgiving Day.
We got to win every game at this point.
They're kind of in the same situation as us. It's kind of all on the line.
Both of these teams take the field fighting for their playoff lives. The Chiefs and Cowboys sit in 10th in their respective conferences with just 6 games left.
You got to go out there every single week and play your best football, and they've responded these last few weeks and played really good football, so it'll be a great challenge for us.
Chiefs Kingdom touchdown in Dallas Wednesday, ready to break up the blue at AT&T Stadium with red.
It's just going to be an amazing experience. It's exciting. It's big.
The Quinteros of Kansas City, Missouri say they're ready to root on their team, just not the same one.
I have to go to another floor to watch the game because he cheers on the Chiefs losing. And I can't deal with that.
She never told me she was a Chiefs fan back in the day.
We definitely are a house divided.
These families will trade their tables of turkey for touchdowns in Texas and say there's no place they'd rather be.
I love her all my heart, always, regardless.
Even though they're going to lose tomorrow.
Time and family is the most important thing. And the Chiefs. Chiefs got to be in there.
Reporting in Dallas, Texas, Malia Campbell, KCTV5 Sports.
And don't forget, you can join Marlia and Neil Jones right here on KCTV5 Plus coming up at 11:30 this morning. They're going to be live from Dallas with everything you need before the 3:30 kickoff. That, again, you can watch right here on Channel 5. If you missed that, you can tune into our extended Kansas City Countdown today at 2 o'clock, also before the game there on KCTV5. Now, Janae, there is a little bit of a local connection to this game. Cooper Beebe is from Piper, Kansas. That's where we live at, and my kids go to school there. And my wife works in the office. And in the office, there's 2 pictures that are displayed. One is of the Sandlot kids that played Sandlot baseball with Salvador Perez when he came by. And the other is of Cooper Beebe with Dak Prescott lining up behind him on the line because he's the center for the Cowboys. So even though he plays, we hope he plays well and plays injury-free football today, but we do hope the Chiefs come out
You are rooting
victorious.
against them.
Yeah, sorry, Coop. I hope everything goes well. His dad, Tom, is great. He comes and substitutes at some of the schools there in Piper, too, which is kind of cool. And it's great for the kids to be able to see the success that his kid has had having through the collegiate leagues and now in the NFL with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, that's still huge, a huge accomplishment, and I love the fact that back here we're celebrating him and he has that photo up. But you'll be cheering him on during warm-ups. That's pretty much it.
But we hope he loses today.
That's all he gets. Okay, so we do want to take a live look now over the Country Club Plaza this morning, where Kansas City's holiday season officially gets underway shortly after you eat dinner, or I don't know, maybe you go back for seconds. Tonight's plaza lighting ceremony is a tradition thousands flock to every single year.
Yeah, the time is almost finally here, so KCTV5's Gabby Luma is joining us from the plaza with what you should know before you celebrate tonight.
I'm KCTV5's Gabby Luma. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates at home. We are just hours away now from the 96th annual Plaza Lighting Ceremony, where behind me this entire intersection will be just packed full with people. Now, it starts at about 6 p.m. The lights won't be switched on until about 7:55-ish, right before 8 p.m. The ceremony goes until about 8:30 as well. There will be food, drinks, vendors down here for everyone to celebrate and enjoy. A couple pieces of advice though, make sure and get here early, especially if you're planning on parking. The streetcar is available to take over here to the Plaza stop. You can park and take it from UMKC or down by the River Market. So many options, guys. Just make sure and get here safely. Happy holidays, everyone.
Again, that was KCTV5's Gabby Luma reporting. And if you are cooking today, you're probably not alone making last-minute grocery runs. Bill, I know my parents used to make me do that all the time. Kansas City stores stayed busy yesterday with families grabbing forgotten items. Price Chopper says they expect another rush this morning for the most forgotten Thanksgiving essentials, things like French fried onions, broth, as well as rolls.
Got to have those French fried onions for the top of that green bean casserole.
I know. My parents would send me to simple things like butter. I'm like, why did you forget that?
You're like, go knock on your neighbor's door. They got some butter? All right. Well, Price Chopper opened at 6 o'clock this morning. They're going to stay open until 1 this afternoon. But a lot of the other major stores are actually closed entirely today. That includes Aldi, Costco, Hy-Vee, Target, and Walmart.
And we could be in for our first taste of winter this weekend. While our First Warn 5 weather team isn't predicting the need for plows in the metro this time around, plow drivers in Kansas City are preparing right now for their first run. KCTV5's Grace Smith reports from the Salt Dome.
The last time we were in here was during January's massive storm, and crews learned a lot from that storm. So ahead of this season, they're focusing on communication, technology, and training, all to make sure your roads are safe.
Just trying to rake some leaves and clean up the yard a little bit before Thanksgiving tomorrow.
As the leaves fall, the temperatures drop and winter moves in. Most homeowners like Adam Pope take it one day at a time.
Make sure your shovel's handy, and there's really not too much you can do other than that.
But the city started snow season preparation in the summer.
We always know to expect the unexpected.
Michael Shaw is the director of Public Works. He took me behind the process of getting everything ready before the first snowfall, which could be this weekend.
We can't predict what Mother Nature is going to do, so what we do is we try to create strategies in order to manage what the outcomes.
They learned a lot from January's storm. The city got 11 inches of snow in one day, the heaviest snowfall in decades.
Last year we had a lot of new plow drivers, especially in our residential areas, so training is very important to help better understand what needs to happen and occur.
This year, they introduced these training simulators. They're mandatory for every driver. From the control room, staff make conditions as tough as they want. It teaches drivers to adapt quickly and drive safely.
So we can look at things like how to plow cul-de-sacs, speeding or driving too fast.
They let me test out the simulators, and it's not as easy as it looks.
Our goal is to make Kansas City drivable and passable.
Something that homeowners like Pope says he's noticed.
It does seem like just driving around the last couple of years, things have improved. A little more efficient about getting stuff cleared.
They had their first citywide meeting today. They are fully staffed with over 100 newly trained drivers with over 300 trucks. They also made improvements to their command center. In Kansas City, Grace Smith, KCTV5 News.
I bet with a little bit more practice, Grace would do a great job plowing some cul-de-sacs. Now, with that possible winter weather moving in, many public buildings are closed today for Thanksgiving. Johnson County is going to open a warming center tomorrow in Olathe. The Youth and Family Services Center on Spruce Street will welcome anyone who needs shelter from 8 to 5, complete with snacks, hot drinks, and some phone charging stations.
And before we take a look at a national story, we do have some comments in here. If you're just now joining us, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We do have some people saying happy Thanksgiving, Bill, so we had to give them a special shout out as well. Turning now to some national news. The search for answers is underway this morning after a gunman opened fire, critically wounding 2 National Guard Guard members in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. President Donald Trump is vowing to bring the person responsible to swift and certain justice. Multiple law enforcement officers say that the suspect, an Afghan national, has been taken into custody and is not cooperating with authorities still. He is believed to have acted alone. CBS News' Michael George has more from New York.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror.
President Trump says the suspect responsible for shooting 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Wednesday will pay the steepest possible price.
We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice.
The ambush-style attack on the 2 National Guard members, both from West Virginia, happened shortly after 2 p.m., just blocks away from the White House, outside of a metro train station.
A suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm, and discharged it at the National Guard members.
Multiple sources tell CBS News a third uninjured National Guard member shot back at the gunman, hitting him and ending the attack.
We heard rapid gunshots.
Witness Michael Ryan described the scene after the suspect was subdued before being taken into custody.
They had a person pinned on the ground yelling at him to stay down.
Law enforcement officials say the lone suspect, identified as 29-year-old Afghan national Ramanullah Lakhanwal, is believed to have entered the U.S. in 2021. In the wake of the shooting, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said hundreds more National Guard troops will be deployed to D.C.
We will never back down. We will secure our capital. We will secure our cities.
The FBI is leading the investigation into the ambush. Michael George, CBS News.
Well, the FBI could boost its presence in Kansas City to fight crime. The push comes after federal agents helped drive down violent crime in St. Louis. Now, Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt invited FBI Director Kash Patel to visit KC and bring the same strategy here. Well, Schmidt points to next year's World Cup and the Metro's 2 million residents as a reason for more federal support.
FIFA says it is opening another draw for World Cup tickets. It's a random selection draw opening December 11th at 10 a.m. So mark your calendars. That's just days after FIFA's official World Cup draw in Washington. We will learn which countries face each other in the tournament. We'll also learn which matches will play right here in Kansas City. The ticket draw closes on January 13th.
And I can't wait to hear about that because I was just denied my second opportunity to purchase FIFA tickets. Oh yeah, Grace Smith just stopped by. Hey, come here real quick.
Yeah, come into the shot.
We just saw your snowplow package, and I saw your snowplow driving ability in the simulator, and I just kind of want to know. Do you have plans to go back and try? Here, come on over here. Do you have plans to get back there behind the wheel again and try again?
No.
No, not at all.
You hit the curb?
It was honestly harder than I thought. Because the games at I don't know.
Dave and Buster's.
Yes,
yeah.
and it's you're just oh, it's so easy. No, this thing is hard. And your seat moves with you. Oh, yeah. And it's honestly so cool, but they were saying that it really helps these drivers learn. And the guy can throw a pedestrian out there, make it, rain harder, snow heavier.
Did you hit any pedestrians?
No.
Okay,
well good. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You still have a job there,
Did you at least
potentially.
get the cul-de-sac plowed?
No.
No?
No.
There are lots of angry calls to 311.
It's harder than you think, so
all right.
Be appreciative of those snowplow drivers.
All right. Well, we'll try again next year.
Thank you, Grace, for your hard work. We truly appreciate it. Okay, so we have to
never know who's going to stop by.
I know, we just have people coming in. All right, so we do want to continue to bring you your news headlines, something that's actually got started earlier this morning, Bill.
Yeah, this is actually going right now. It's one of the Metro's biggest turkey trots, not the turkey trots, the turkey trot is underway in Parkville that races for our friends there near the river. And they've hosted this Thanksgiving Day run for nearly 40 years. KCTV5's Nathan Brennan has more from Parkville.
Good morning to our friends up north in Parkville. I'm Nathan Brennan in downtown Parkville, the location of this year's 38th annual Turkey Trot. Now, the race has already started by the time that you're watching this, but over 3,300 people are expected to run in this year's race. It's actually a record. So this race has been going on for 38 years. It has grown every single year to the point that now over 36 states are represented in this year's race. This is one of many races happening across the entire metro. For a list of some of those races, also, if you just want a little bit of a recap of some of the fun from this morning, head to our website, kctv5.com.
Again, that was KCTV5's Nathan Brennan reporting from Parkville. Okay, so Here's the time, the moment I have been waiting for, Bill. I've
Let's
been keeping a
go.
close eye on. We are taking a live look from New York. The 99th, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is officially underway. It got started, I want to say, about an hour ago, featuring dozens of balloons, floats, and thousands of performers. The event will draw more than 3 million spectators and tens of millions of TV viewers, myself included, and we are just waiting for Santa Claus to make his way down.
Well, he always brings up the end of the parade, right? So we'll have to wait for
That's
him
the
for a little bit
moment.
longer. I'm waiting for, I saw the Mario balloon.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a performance from Buena Vista Social Club. Again, they have on their Instagram page, so let me backtrack a little bit. Buena Vista Social Club is a Broadway show that's out right now. Just won a bunch of Tony Awards, but their cast is going to be performing today, and they've been doing all these behind-the-scenes looks of how they're rehearsing for this while still putting on, like, shows every day at their theater and stuff. So, but it's just an incredibly talented cast, and I can't wait to see
Well, how
them perform.
impressive that they're doing this and still putting on those shows.
Exactly,
preparing
yeah.
for this. That's huge.
Professionals.
And yeah, I'm just waiting for a lot of different things here. I haven't seen the Labubu's just yet.
Did we just see Shaggy come down singing?
Yes,
It
but I
Wasn't
did
Me?
see Shaggy, Cool in the Gang, and then also I know Cynthia Erivo. We have Stevie Stevenson getting ready to come up, but
She
huge
sings
fans of
just
Wicked.
like
Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo, a voice like an angel. It's
Oh
incredible.
yes, please. She will be singing next with your forecast. We're taking another live look. Over the Country Club Plaza. We do have your forecast for this Thanksgiving and for this weekend. So stay with us. We'll have meteorologist Stevie Stevenson coming your way. And if you're nice to her, she will sing for you. We'll be right back.
So evidently, since Janae and Bill hyped up my singing skills, I now am way too nervous. So maybe I will have to try again on Christmas. But first, I gotta look at your Turkey Day forecast. It is a chilly one out there, and unfortunately, we're having a cloudy start to the day. But we're just going to get colder and messier as we go through the rest of your holiday weekend. A weekend wintry system does try to pull through, especially on Saturday. So I'll get you a look at the latest data, which is now coming in as high resolution. And what that means is that it's giving us an even clearer look as to what we can expect from that system itself. But first, let's talk about your Turkey Day, the here and now. We're looking to only get up to the low 40s today. Now, I'm thinking that this cloud cover will be able to break up slightly in the afternoon to give us at least a bit of sunshine as we go throughout our holiday, but light winds from time to time will make those temperatures feel even cooler than what the thermometer will be reading. We've dealt with that a lot so far this morning, so we'll try and fix that as we go into your Friday. But for now, temperatures just now breaking into the 30s as we are now into that 10 o'clock hour. We will warm slowly through the next couple of hours before we then try to pull in some of that sunshine there in the afternoon, which will help our temperatures get up into the 40s before a clear night, which means that we cool off very efficiently and will have a chilly start to your Friday morning. But now, after your Thanksgiving, we push into a weekend and one that is looking rather impactful, especially as far as the weather is concerned. We're really keeping a close eye on Thanksgiving return travel as this wintry system tries to head our way in not one of the best times. And it's not only Saturday and that system that I'm talking about that brings a first warn in place. We also have a first warn for your Sunday as we bring in even cooler temperatures than what we have out there today and what we'll have through Saturday too. So enjoy this cooler and drier Thanksgiving with no travel concerns in and around our entire viewing area, though know that weekend rain and even a transition into snow is likely as soon as we break into our Saturday. So that is the first of two first warns that I've already mentioned. First for that rain and snow potential, but then turning very cold through the rest of the weekend. Let's break down both of those first warns specifically, starting with Saturday, of course. So we're looking at steady rain showers throughout your day, could even have some more localized moderate to heavier downpours, and then we could transition into an evening snow potential. At this time, that's looking more and more likely, which if we do that, then a dusting up to an inch of snow accumulation on grass is possible. Now, our roads will still be quite warm out there in and around the Kansas City metro, so we're not so much worried about slick roads, but we will be watching as the potential for a transition into more wintry type of precipitation tries to head our way. Then as we go into Sunday, we dry out. The system quickly exits to the east, but then behind it pulls in this punch of Arctic air that at times could make feels like temperatures feel like they're in the single digits to the teens. So overall, that's going to be the coldest day of the season that we've had so far. That is looking more and more certain as we get closer to the weekend. Let's back up a second. I want to show you that higher resolution data, which has also gone ahead and triggered a winter storm watch for our northeasternmost communities. Now, these are only a few of our counties, and more of that watch stretches up towards Iowa, as you can see, and over towards Illinois. But that does clip a couple of our northeastern communities out there along I-35 as it breaks into the state of Iowa. So want to cover this quickly. Winter storm watch is going to be in place from Friday evening into late Saturday night, where we're looking at potential travel impacts as several inches of snow are possible. Now, that's not the case here and around Kansas City, and as we move south out of that blue color, as you can see here as I go through the rest of the data, from not as much today because we're going to stay dry today, but more so Friday, you'll be able to see very clearly why that area is the one with the winter storm watch and how more of us are going to stay on the rainier side of things. So as we break into your Friday late afternoon and then into the evening hours, we could see some snow showers and wintry mix possible up towards the Missouri-Iowa border, and then those northeastern communities I was talking about. That includes Bethany and Chillicothe. Then we can see, moving into the rest of the evening, rain builds into the Kansas City metro, and that's kind of the line and division that we're going to see of this wintry precipitation pushing into Saturday. So rain will continue to fall southward of that more wintry system all the way through Saturday morning, and even more so into the late morning. So we're going to have a brief break from time to time with that rain. It's going to be rather on and off in the very early morning hours, but again, you're going to be sleeping, so you're not really going to notice that. More so when you wake up on your Saturday and then onwards, that's when that rain chance really boosts up. You could start to see those yellows on your map, trying to bring in more moderate to heavy downpours going through that 11 a.m., 12 o'clock hour. We could see how those snow showers do continue, though, for quite a while over northwestern Missouri, rather. Then, as the system slowly pushes off to the east, whoa, let me go back. That data just flew by. As that system pushes off to the east, we could see how it then brings a transition from rain to more of a wintry mix or wet snow potential in the late afternoon, early evening hours. Now check it out. This is 4 o'clock, but by 5 o'clock, that's when we could find that transition, and then the system moves off to the east pretty quickly. So by 6, 7, 8 p.m., we're pushing that out to the northeast yet again, so they could find another round of some snow. But then the Kansas City Metro stays dry from then onwards. Once we find that brief transition, it will last a couple hours. Maybe we find some wet snow from it that accumulates on the grass, but then it's going to be overall very short-lived. So during the daytime on your Saturday, just in review, it's rainy here in Kansas City, but then in the evening we could transition into more of a wet snow or wintry mix, most of which will melt, but what doesn't could accumulate from a dusting to an inch on the grass. Here's a snapshot of potential snowfall totals. Now on Saturday, that's when we're talking about potential travel concerns, especially if you are headed north for the day or if folks are coming back from Iowa or other families around the Midwest. This is what's going to really cause the problem out there. So while areas along and south of I-70 and just north of that too stay mostly free of any accumulation, issues are way more likely towards those areas that have that winter storm warning in effect, like Bethany and Chillicothe, where they could find a few inches of snow, but then several inches of snow are anticipated across Iowa and across other states along the Midwest, so, and especially as we get up closer to the Great Lakes. So this is going to be a pretty messy system that we are watching for you, and we'll be watching it very closely all weekend long because it's not just the first one on Saturday, it's also this blast of Arctic air that system brings, which then takes us significantly cooler on our Sunday. Windy conditions do not help our case here, because temperatures will only be in the 20s in the afternoon, but with those winds, feels like temperatures are going to be feeling significantly colder than that in the teens and in even the single digits for some of us. So that winter coat that maybe you're starting to break out today, well, you'll definitely need it as we wrap up the weekend and head into next week. Afternoons in the 20s, both Sunday and Monday. Then we'll find a very, very minor warming trend going into Wednesday of next week, if you can even call it that. We'll only be back in the 40s, but at least we will dry out after a couple different days of some rain, some wet snow, and then very frigid temperatures. And Janae will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Everyone's favorite segment here on KCTV5 Plus that comes your way every single Thursday. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, holidays, nothing can keep Bill's weekend picks from coming to you on the air. I'm so happy to be here with the one and only KCTV5 Plus anchor extraordinaire, Janae Hancock.
I love the hype going into this.
You know what?
Rain, sleet, all of it.
None of it's going to stop it from happening today.
Irregardless.
And some of that stuff, it could be on the way here for this weekend. We just heard from First 4 and 5 meteorologist Stevie Stevenson, and we'll get another update on that forecast from her coming up today at noon. But thank you for joining us here for this Thanksgiving edition of Bill's Weekend Picks. It's something that we do every Thursday at 10:30. Here we run through a gamut of items that you could go out and experience with your family here this weekend. Some cost money, some are free, some are just some fun things to go do. Some make a good date night, some could be something for the whole family. So again, we have a lot of things to get through today, but of course, what's the big deal that everybody has been talking about, Janae, because it's Thanksgiving today?
Yeah.
But there's something that happens at 3:30 that's a little bit more important than Thanksgiving, and that's the Chiefs. And they play the Cowboys today. Now, there's lots of watch parties that you can go to, because if you're like me and maybe you get tired of your family after seeing them for, a couple hours, and you're trying to sit around the table, but Uncle Bob wants to talk politics, and you don't want to talk politics anymore. So you're going to jump on out of there and go to a watch party to see the Chiefs dismantle the Cowboys. Now, there's a ton of watch parties all across the metro. I bet your neighborhood sports bar, maybe even open this afternoon for the game. One of the biggest watch parties, though, is down at Power and Light. These are scenes from some of the Super Bowl and AFC Championship games from down at Power and Light. Now, keep in mind, it is 21 and over, and it'll cost $20 to get in. But there are also some other places having watch parties. I saw that River Bluff Brewing is going to have one. Even Lulu's Thai Noodle Shop posted up saying, in the Crossroads, you're going to have game day happy hours there. And then Laney's Get Down in Westport will have a watch party as well. What are your plans to watch the Chiefs game today?
I will be watching it on the couch with my plate in front of me.
Yes,
but I'm sure
a
lot of people, are eating maybe right now or like by noon. I would say.
Do you think they're eating already? Doing a brunch Thanksgiving?
I don't like that idea. How do you feel about that? I like
now?
to eat a little bit later. I like to starve myself and get all the food that I can. George agrees with me, our photographer.
George knows
he
what's going on.
That's how you're supposed to do Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think most Midwestern families will pause and not eat at lunch, but do like kind of a mid-afternoon thing that then tides you over. Because then about 7 o'clock or so, you're like, well, I could go maybe for a snack or something. You make like a turkey sandwich.
You know how I feel about turkey sandwiches.
I do know how you feel about turkey sandwiches.
But yeah, go back for seconds. Maybe that's like the time for dessert. But I say kind of starve yourself a little bit, and then you get a big plate, eat it all.
More room for the food. I like where your mind is.
And then do not take a nap. We did talk about that.
Don't take a nap.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, after the Chiefs game, and I think this is going to time out perfectly. So as soon as the Chiefs game is over, you can head on down to the plaza, and you can see them turn the lights there on in that historic shopping district here in Kansas City. So again, if you're thinking about going to that, the party gets started there at 6 o'clock tonight with lots of holiday music all throughout the area. Then at 7, the show gets underway with lots of performers on stage. They're even going to have some of the members from the KC Reps the Christmas Carol kind of given a show of that. We'll talk about that here in a little bit more in Bill's Weekend Picks. But the main thing happens at 7:55 tonight. That's when members of the KC Current are going to jump up on the stage. They're going to flip the switch. They'll turn on the lights, and there's going to be lots of fireworks and fanfare all throughout the shopping district. Let's talk about getting there. I remember as a kid, and I don't think this is not advised, so don't do what I'm about to say, but this is what we did, 20, 30 years ago.
Your experience.
We would just go drive and park on the grass along Brush Creek and then just walk across one of the bridges and go.
Yeah.
I've also parked in some of the garages there before, but it is always so congested trying to get down there. So I would think about definitely driving and parking along the streetcar route and using a streetcar down to the plaza stop. It's right by the Winsteads there on the east side of the plaza, so you're going to have to cross Broadway or Main Street, Brookside, there to get over to the main part of the plaza. But there's lots of crossing pedestrian crossings through there, you can do it, and controlled crossings, so you're not having to jaywalk about it as well.
If you're going to listen to anyone's advice, it needs to be Bill's, because he knows what he's talking about.
Every once in a while.
You grew up here, and then also
blind
traffic.
squirrel
You know,
finds a nut.
You
every
know
once
your
in a
way
while.
around the area.
Well,
but then also we touched on the streetcar.
But the streetcar is brand new and it's never been around until this year, so I still think that's going to be the best way to do it. I think the streetcar could get a little crowded, but even then, like if you wanted to park in River Market and try to jump on the train there, or you could probably stop at Union Station. There's plenty of parking there. If you don't want to park out in front, you can go to the garage. It's a little bit of a walk from the garage through Union Station over to the streetcar stop. But then you could be under a covered garage. So again, just think about that. I think that's going to be the best way to do it if you don't want to fight parking down at the plaza. So that's happening.
Or just rideshare.
Or just rideshare.
They're going to be busy.
But I bet you're going to get surge pricing. That's going to be expensive depending on where you're coming from.
Okay,
so
ignore me.
Think about that. No, I think it's a fine idea too. But if you want to wait until tomorrow to really get your Christmas on, that's fine too, because all of the lighted events around town are going to be in full effect now after Thanksgiving. So this is video from the Christmas in the Park at Longview Lake. That got underway with Christmas in the Sky yesterday. Now this will be open down there. Best time to go see these are really during the week. Pick a weekday to get out there, to get in early, because they're super busy on the weekends, but it's still a fun event just to spend with a lot of people in the car, drinking hot chocolate, seeing the lights, and having a great time. And don't forget also, the Evergy Festival of Lights at Powell Garden is ongoing. That's a little ways to the southeast of town off 50 Highway, and then Winter Magic at Platte Purchase Park. We talked about that here a couple of weeks ago.
And if I can suggest something, I actually went to this one last year.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have any animals, specifically dogs, take your pets, because they love seeing the lights. My dog got so happy seeing all the Christmas lights outside of the window.
How did you know that your dog was happy?
Well, I just know her.
Oh. Well, in that case.
And her tail was wagging, and she was running from window to window. So, but yeah, I definitely love seeing these Christmas lights, and so your pets do too.
All right. Well, there you go. There is the fun facts from Janae. Your pets love Christmas lights.
I'm serious.
Okay.
You need to take your dogs back.
I will think about it. Now, the Christmas Carol is going to be playing at KC Rep here. It started just a couple of days ago. That's happening at the Spencer Theater. And keep in mind, this is Gary Neal Johnson's last year of playing Ebenezer Scrooge. He's been playing it for 24 years. Now, of course, you know the story of Scrooge. He's visited by the Christmas ghosts of past, present, and future. Now, if you want to go see this, tickets can be found at kcrep.org. Now, keep in mind, they are a little on the pricey side. The cheapest I could find was for $89, and there's a $4 or $5 handling fee on top of that.
Yeah.
So if you want to go see it, again, this is a staple Christmas tradition in Kansas City, and you can go start seeing that tomorrow at, again, the Spencer Theater from the Kansas City Repertoire Theater.
And it runs until how long?
I think it runs almost through Christmas.
Okay.
I think there's showings up until Christmas Eve if you'd like to do that as well.
A lot of people are doing that.
Now, if you want to do a Christmas event that's not going to cost you any money, my favorite, how about checking out the CPKC Holiday Train? That's going to pull into Union Station on Friday. That's tomorrow night. Now, kind of a short period for this one, only from about 6 to 7 at night. Now, while it is free, keep in mind that it is going to cost you a little bit to park down there. Again, you can always park along the streetcar route and try to find a free place to park there, and then hop off the streetcar there at the Union Station stop. And you can also bring a non-perishable food item to benefit harvesters. They're going to have a food pantry collection there. There is a concert for this as well, featuring Smash Mouth. So like All-Star, Walking on the Sun. Yeah, Smash Mouth is going to be there on Friday night. So if you want to do that as well, keep in mind Holiday Reflections is also ongoing at Union Station. That does cost money to go see, however. So just keep that in mind. And again, it's going to cost you a little bit to park down there. But we went to the CPKC thing here a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun for the kids. And then Holiday Reflections is a great time if you want to spend some time maybe with your adult friends in there, because I know in the north hallway there of Union Station, they've got that all decorated out, and they've got little different drink stations where you can try different festive drinks as part of your experience there at Union Station.
It is on my list this year of things that I need to do before the new year comes.
We talked last week about the Titanic exhibit being there and them showing Titanic on the big screen. So that is still there as well. But now they're starting to show holiday movies on the big screen, on the extreme screens. So I think it's Elf this week.
Okay.
But National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is going to be playing there as well. And if not more, to get into the Christmas spirit, I don't know where the video went. Well, doggone it. We're just going to have to talk about it without
That's
just me and you. But coming up on Friday as well is the mayor's Christmas tree lighting. That's, of course, the big tree down at Crown Center down there. Mayor Quentin Lucas will be there to flip the switch on Friday at about 6 o'clock. He's going to be joined by some stars from the Hallmark films. Of course, the big Hallmark thing is ongoing down there.
Yeah.
Now, the Christmas tree lighting is free. Now, you can also buy some of the ornaments that are made from the previous trees. I know that's a big deal that a lot of people do. Carolina Cruz, my co-anchor for KCTV5 News this morning, it's a tradition that she goes down and she gets those ornaments. And there is actually, if you want to see all of the previous ornaments on display, you can go into the shops at Crown Center. It's on the second floor down by customer service. They'll have all of them kind of shown up there that you can see. And I know you can probably purchase them from inside of Crown Center there somewhere.
Yeah, I love that. So much to do.
A lot to do. And then there's also the
Holiday
ice skating
related.
rink down at Crown Center where you can go get your skate on.
Are you going to go?
As well. Yeah, about that.
Okay, he's not going.
So,
are you not an ice skater?
I'm not an ice skater, no.
Have you
I can
done
roller
it?
skate, but I do not ice skate.
And those
very
are
well.
two completely different things.
They
Let
are
me throw
very
that out
different.
there. When people say if you can roller skate, you cannot.
Okay.
It's a skill.
I'm glad you're on board with that.
Yeah, no.
Here's something that I've never done before, but I really want to try. I've seen it on Instagram, on some social medias, and I think this could be a lot of fun. Do you know what an alpaca is?
Yeah.
Did you know that there's an alpaca farm?
Oh, wait, I heard Warren talk about this.
This is
Yes.
Yaya's Alpaca Farm in Garden City, Missouri, and they are celebrating the holiday season Tuesday through Sundays from 4:30 until 7. You can go down, you can feed, you can meet the alpacas, you can take pictures with them. And look how fluffy
They're
and soft
so
looking they are. I just want to go take a picture and celebrate the holiday season with these alpacas.
Oh, I love it. I probably can't go because my allergies, but I love looking at the
You're
video.
allergic to alpacas?
I'm allergic to everything.
That's pretty
but
specific.
I'm allergic to horses, so just the dander of everything. But
Are you allergic to camels?
yeah, I can't be around anything though.
Nothing?
It's we'll get into
Like
it.
even
but
me?
Yeah, I do have to go blow my nose and stuff out.
Okay.
But I think that is so cute. I heard Warren talking about that.
Yeah,
on
has
the weather
Warren
show.
been to it?
I don't think he has, but I heard him bring it up on the weather show last night.
Well, I
so-
think this is definitely something that I want to take the family out to do,
Yeah, you
and I'm sure it'll
should.
cost a little bit. Plus, it's a little bit of a haul if you're in the 435 loop. It's an hour at least down to Harrisonville, and then it's a little bit further east out of Harrisonville. So it might take you a little bit to get there, but that looks like just a blast.
Yeah,
and I think
it's
that's
so
going to be
unique.
that's going
I
to be a
love
Hurrelbrink
that.
family tradition here. Hopefully, that we can start this year.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the video. They're so cute.
Oh, they're super cute, and they got little lights on and everything. Anyway, finally happening on Sunday. I did want to pass this along because it's something that I'm doing on Sunday. Now, it's about 2 hours west of here, but if you want, you can drive to Manhattan, Kansas. I'll be emceeing the K-State Marching Band's annual concert inside of Bramlage Coliseum. Now, Dr. Frank Trace has been the band director at K-State for 33 years. He was my professor and my director when I was a kid there, and he is retiring this year. So this Saturday is going to be his very last home football game at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and again Sunday will be his final concert, and I'm really looking forward to sending him off in grand fashion, and hopefully the football team can win, take care of business on Saturday, so there'll be one final bowl game performance for him and the pride of Wildcat Land. But again, that is a free concert, and it is on Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock at Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas. I'll be there talking and kind of emceeing the whole event. But
How special, Bill.
yeah, it's just kind of wild. It was his 4th or 5th year when I was there. Now to think that he's been there for 33 years, he's just ingrained tradition and a lot of memories for not only me, but thousands of kids that came through the band program there at K-State. And it's definitely going to be a different place without him, but he's definitely earned his much earned retirement.
I can only imagine. Well, congratulations to him and a great weekend ahead.
Exactly. Well, that is what we have for Bill's weekend picks for this Thanksgiving Day 2025. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Oh, look, it's Bluey. Sorry. Black Friday is just hours away, and brick and mortar music shops are taking part in Record Store Day, and they're stocking the shelves with new exclusive vinyl releases. Rick Damigella has a preview.
Among the more than 170 releases dropping on Record Store Day Black Friday is a 60th anniversary edition of A Charlie Brown Christmas, featuring the music of the Vince Guaraldi Trio. Bluey the album is getting a special release for its 5th birthday, with the music from the animated series pressed as a zoetrope. Post Malone's Fallen in Love is the lead-off track on Long Bed. The vinyl release, limited to 5,000 copies, marks the first time the songs have been released in physical form. a-ha's signature song celebrates its 40th anniversary with a red vinyl EP featuring 8 different takes on Take On Me. Phil Collins' Take Me Home is featured among the 6 extended remixes from his 3rd solo album on the 12-Inchers EP.
Stonehenge, where the demon dwell, where the fight to live and to live well.
And the living legend Spinal Tap will have their new version of Stonehenge featuring Elton John immortalized on vinyl with a new release of The End Continues. The Record Store Day limited edition pressing includes new artwork and 3 exclusive songs. Dropping the needle in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Bill was just bobbing his head and singing along
Come
over
on.
here.
Take On Me is a jam. Forever.
If you are planning to go see a movie soon, we do have some good news for you this morning. Enjoying your favorite snack at the movies just got cheaper for some AMC moviegoers. The movie chain is launching a new program where its AMC Stub members will be able to get a large popcorn at half the price every day of the week. The AMC Popcorn Pass costs a one-time annual fee of about $30. I'm sorry, that surprises me a little bit. The program kicks off on December 1st, so on Monday, and will run through December 31st of 2026. The perk is in addition to the free popcorn refill benefit AMC Stubs customers already enjoy. However, this pass can only be used for in-theater purchases, and the pass holder must show their ID.
Can you make out-of-theater purchases from AMC?
That, I don't have all those details.
All right.
I'm just reading the script here, Bill.
Just read the words. All right, Ron Burgundy. Well, part 1 of the 5th and final season of the popular Netflix series Stranger Things was released last night. One Colorado teen is showing his love for the show by creating an elaborate display based on the show at his home. Amanda Gilbert shows us how he brought the upside down to real life.
It's that time of year, but this season the holidays are a little stranger.
Probably 10 out of 10 on Stranger Things fan.
Jared Meisner is such a big Stranger Things fan. He went all out for the final season of the hit show.
Kind of brought Hawkins to life here. So all the arms here are PVC pipe. These teeth are made out of modeling clay.
Passerbys who don't watch might be a little confused.
Oh, Max is hung by a 100-pound fishing line coming from the roof. Then our Hawkins sign and Billy's grave.
Jared's parents, Jesse and Megan, aren't quite sure if it's Halloween both or Christmas decor.
Like, we have a Santa hat on the mind flayer now.
Upside down Christmas. At night is when the house really turns upside down.
We found out there's a lot more fans around and they love coming out. I mean, we usually get at least 40 cars a night that come by.
All you gotta do is look up the Loveland Stranger Things house.
The Demogorgon is our favorite part. Very creative. It's a lot of fun.
I think my favorite part is probably the painting of the letters.
That's a classic, right?
Right.
Classic. Sharing in the nostalgia and the mystery. There's nothing strange about that.
How cool is that? I love Stranger Things. We've been a big fan of it at the Hurrelbrink household since it came out on Netflix here, what seems like almost 10 years ago. And we did stay up late to try to watch it last night. I got all ready for bed. So, you know, we worked the early morning shift, so I try to get in bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock if I can. Well, these episodes didn't even come out until 7 o'clock last night.
Did they have a
first
problem on Netflix?
Was 90 minutes. No, everything's streamed just fine. This wasn't like the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight from
Well, no, because I saw
it
it on Instagram. Someone was complaining about it, so I wasn't
really?
sure. Yeah.
My son said, I wonder if there's going to be a problem with Instagram trying to contain all the viewers who are going to come watch this right at 7 o'clock, because they were posting these countdowns like, 12 hours to when they're released. 6 hours, 2 hours, 10 minutes to when they're released, you know? So they were really driving a lot of energy towards it. So, but it looks like they learned, and I don't think we had any problems last night. My son grabbed the remote and he was, let's go.
Yeah, he's like, we're watching it right now. We've been waiting for this. I love the dedication, though. I love when people can go all out of their way, and then they have people stopping by to take photos and take a look at it.
Well, then the creativity of people to be able to remake stuff that they see on TV done by, professional set designers and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, let me get a bed sheet, some paint, some lights, and we'll just do that right over here, you know? So
those are real
incredible.
fans right there.
Dedicated fans, for sure.
I love it. Okay, so this is something I'm really excited to talk about as well. It has been 77 years since the first instant camera went on sale. Before we get into the history of that, let's make one thing very clear. Despite Outkast's advice to shake it like a Polaroid picture, you should not shake the photos, which I did not know. I used to do that as a kid all the time, Bill, with my moms. So doing so can cause them to distort.
Whoops.
Digital killed instant cameras for a while, but they're back and you can buy them today. And I have one. Do you have one? A Polaroid?
My daughter got, it's not a Polaroid, but when you take it, it prints out like a grayscale image on like receipt paper. So she really enjoys that, taking pictures of her and her friends and the dogs and everything, and I find these little pictures printed out all over the house.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps her busy, and it's really it's cool to see. Because my mom, like I said, used to have one of the old ones, and so she would bring it on my field trips, and now there's like the modern day ones. So it's cool to see how they've kind of
It's neat how it's evolved, but then everything that's old is now new again too, in a way.
Yeah, and that brings us to this new thing.
All right, Wendy's. They're jumping on the popular 6-7 meme trend for a limited time. The fast food chain is offering a 67-cent small size Frosty all day on November the 28th. The deal then runs until December 7th by ordering through Wendy's apps or online. The Gen Alpha and Gen Z groups have been all about the viral phrase 6-7 over the last year. The meme was even named Dictionary.com's word of the year.
That I still have a problem with. It's not a word. It's not a word.
It's not anything. That's the whole thing about it, right? It means nothing, but it means everything. So maybe it is a word.
Oh goodness,
You just
that's
don't know.
just my take on it for sure. Alrighty, well that'll do it for your entertainment news headlines. Here's your eye on entertainment.
I met Paul and said, do you want to join me band?
The four lads from Liverpool are telling their story in their own words in the newly remastered docuseries, The Beatles Anthology. The iconic band's multi-part video memoir first premiered 30 years ago. The new version features previously unseen footage from the 90s of Paul, Ringo, and George working on their new songs Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then.
I think the reason that the Beatles story still resonates is because it's 20th century folklore now.
The Beatles Anthology is streaming now on Disney+.
45 is different. All we talk about now is injuries and medicine.
Kevin Hart is serving up laughs this Thanksgiving in his new Netflix special, Acting My Age. Older, wiser, and still hilarious, the now 46-year-old comedian opens up about his midlife mishaps, from intimacy pills to the perils of unexpected injuries. Kevin Hart, Acting My Age, is available on Netflix today. And Benedict Cumberbatch tackles pain and grief in the new psychological drama, The Thing with Feathers.
It is a bit of a taboo, especially male grief and the idea of male sorrow and what we tend to do and pack it away and try and control it, or, keep it to ourselves rather than share it or be open with it.
Cumberbatch stars in the movie as a father of two dealing with the unexpected death of his wife. He then becomes haunted by a giant crow. The Thing with Feathers hits theaters nationwide Friday. That's your eye on entertainment. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.